Hello everyone. In the last two videos, I showed you how to create this gauge chart in Power BI. I also showed you how to create different cars and tree maps in Power BI. So those are the things that we created. For this video, I'm going to show you how to convert all the things that I've done together into a dashboard format. And as usual, you can download this. You can export this as PDF or PowerPoint for your reporting. And you can see the layout, the outlook is really professional. So I'm going to focus on how to do the formatting to get us from here to here. Okay, so let's start from here. So this is where we have left with. You can watch my previous videos on how to get to those numbers. And then now, let me basically format them one by one. So the first thing I did was the gauge chart. Those are the Q1 to Q4 gauge charts. I want them like wherever I want to move them on my dashboard, I want them to move together. So the same as Excel, you can actually press Control and select all of them, and then right click and then group them so that they're grouped. And then you can always when you have the right outside border, you know that you can always move them together like that. Okay, so that's the first thing I did. The second thing, you can so actually I need to move my Q1. Yeah, so it looks good. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to have my background to be a different color so that all my charts, all my cards will stand out as separate module. So I will show you how it looks. So right now everything is white as the background, and I just select anywhere empty and then go to format, and I want to go for page background. For my background, I want it to be anything, it can be any color that you find proper, but like for my purpose, I choose a lighter gray. It's 100% transparent now, which means that you basically could not see it. But then once I move the transparency down to say 0, this is how it looks. And of course, I can move it back if I think it's too dark, or I can move to anywhere. So, okay, so the good thing about it is that right now with the background as a different color, you can easily see your different modules. And actually, if you want to align your modules, you can also go to View. It's going to show you the grid line, so you're able to align your charts a little bit better. So for example, let's say for my dashboard, I want to create a dashboard which has all those modules, and I also want to have a title on the top. So the title, just as background, like for dashboard design, usually you have several modules like this to demonstrate for different purpose of your chart. Usually you don't want it to be too many visuals. You want it to have like 4 to 5 charts at max to highlight the things that you want to show, and then there's should always be some kind of cards that highlighting the most important things that you want to show. So you can see, for example, for the dashboard that I'm creating, I have 3 major sections. One is showing me the annual number, the sales revenue. One is showing me the quarterly KPI, and the other one is a chart that shows me the sales revenue. If I have, so this is how a static dashboard looks like. So if I have, let's say, an interactive dashboard, which means that I can actually have a selection panel here, and I can select my say, for example, time, quarter, and then my number will change interactively. I plan to show that to you in a little bit later when we get to the more advanced level. But if you have that kind of interactive dashboard, you're gonna usually have your selection panel either to the leftmost or to the rightmost, and then you still have your title on the top. You may have your logo on the top, or you may have your key numbers on the top as well, and then you have your more breakdown charts in down there. If you ever thought of like the templates or the design, I would actually always, like for me, I always just go to Google image and then look for if there's any inspiration, any charts that I think, any dashboard template that I like or I don't like. There's actually things that I don't like. I think it's too messy. It's showing things just for the sake of showing it. It doesn't really tell you a story really well. And there are things that I really like. For example, they might have different type of charts and then they stack them really nicely together. They're not so crowded, but they're not too colorful, too messy, and they tell the story properly. So it can be a personal preference, but there should always be something that's always best visually. Okay, so let's go back to our chart. So for me, for example, I decide to have the 3 modules, which means that I want to align all my charts together, and I also want to make sure for this grouping, I'm align my Q1 to Q4 charts properly. Okay, so actually, yeah. Okay. So actually you can like actually right now you're seeing that something only QI is showing, and then that is because I was selecting just Q4, so that Power BI automatically assume that you only want to see Q3 data, so it shows you filter out only the Q3 data. In order to unfilter it, just click on anywhere that's blank, and then it's going to show you all the data. Okay, so let's, for my purpose, I want to make sure I align my charts, both top and bottom. Okay. And I also want to make sure my chart, my cards is aligned and all my numbers are showing properly. Okay, I also want to show all my numbers. Yeah, and then now I'm gonna insert a text box as my title. So it's gonna be a text box. And then this one is an empty one, I can delete it. And I'm just gonna be really lazy. I'll just copy my tags here. And then you can drag it to a proper size and to a proper place that you want. And then you can even add logo to it. So for example, if I have my company logo, I can insert an image and I can add it, say, on here. Yeah. Okay. So now we have formatted and make sure everything is aligned, and then after that, if you don't want the grid line, you can always just get rid of the grid line. And then here we go. So this is I would say like even like a dashboard 101. So this is the simplest way that we can basically create a dashboard in Power BI, and it looks really nice. And after you've finalized all the format, you can always export it as PDF, or you can export it to PowerPoint as well. Yeah, so it's gonna look something like this. Okay, cool. So this is everything that I want to share with you today. And in the next few videos, I will show you how to produce more visuals and more reports within Power BI. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like it. If you have any question, please leave me a comment and I will talk to you very soon.